Hey, thanks for checking in on Bathtub Sir, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the trilogy. We're still on the case Rise from the Ashes, and it's taken us back to Edgeworth. Last episode we managed to get into the evidence room. We found a bunch of lockers, we found some blood, some handprints, some bloody handprints, and a broken vase, which we pieced back together. Quite well, if you ask me. So we came back to Edgeworth, and he's told us that Garnt, the head of police, I guess. Sorry, my mind went completely blank, but I don't know if it's his correct title, but he's the big dog in the police department. He told Edgeworth to bring back a piece of evidence from an old, solved, closed file. That piece of evidence was a screwdriver, and I think we have it in our record now. God, we have a lot of stuff. Here, evidence from a past case of Edgeworth's, brought back to his office by Garnt's request, which is kind of interesting, from case AI-16. So now I think we have to probably talk to Edgeworth about, let me think, something about this case of SL9. I'm going to try the switchblade knife. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about his father's murder in that elevator, the DL6 incident, if I remember rightly. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Oh, okay, have we got it? The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Garnt. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth. What I want to know is, why was a deputy chief of police on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister, what? If you were still studying forensic science. Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have a use for this. A dandelion? What are we going to do with that? Make a wish? Aluminium powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation, and do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really... No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and those fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprint set and fingerprint file received. Okay, recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with fingerprint file. So obviously we must have to go back to the evidence room and get the fingerprints from the bloody handprint. Well, let's get going. One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. I'm already way ahead of you, Phoenix. Don't you worry, right, old boy. Okay, thank you, Edgeworth. See, I love it when we work together. Let's get going. Right, so to get back, it would be here. Still don't know my way around this place too well. Guard station, of course. Oh, what's his name ain't there? Cowboy, Jake, whatever his name is. Right, here we go. It's got to trigger something. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. There. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. You say so. Oh! It's doing it all by itself. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger. Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Well, Emma, you speak to me like that. I'm only... fine, I'll choose a thumb. Stick it to the man. Oh, okay, it still works. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminium powder around. Huh? How'd you do that? Like Salt Bay, come on Phoenix. With enter, see? Ah, it looks like that did the trick. The aluminium powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. Exciting, I know. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to though. It's fine, it won't go out your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. So we dust it. Is that a lot of dust? And then we blow. It won't blow. I'm telling you. I think I'd like to try one of the other fingerprints. Okay, let's move on to a different finger. Did I mess that up? I feel like I messed that up. Get me back in there. So if we dust. Right. Oh, okay. Then I blew properly that time. So we dust more around here. Aha! You did it! You found one! Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be really embarrassing there. So I can't even find a fingerprint, but we did it. Look at this big oval-shaped thumb. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Like maybe they was wearing a glove. We found a glove. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again, closely. What? It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Like here. Okay, now we do our good old blow. Look at that. Oh no, wait, no, we're pouring. Sorry, we're dusting. We aren't blowing yet. No, no. The grand finale is coming in now. Oh, what a blow! Okay, do we have to do more? I thought that was pretty clear, that fingerprint. Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling. Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So, we're not done yet. This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth and point out the person you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker? Right, okay, so that's Gant's finger. Definitely not that. Oh wait, it's the one on the right. So I've been looking at this one, but that's what we just found. Still not Gant. It's not Meekins either. Definitely not Jake Marshall. I wouldn't say that's Goodman either. But it is Gumshoe. 100% is it Gumshoe. It's exactly the same. Oh, Gummy. Comparing, okay. Should get a high match here. Off the charts. Cool. This is getting some real CSI stuff now. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what? Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but it's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You've got to roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Or was it over to the left? Where was it? Here? Was there another handprint? Oh god, I can't remember. Okay. Let me use this. There it was. Okay, so back, and then we have to get it out again. All the way over. Oh crap! How do I use it? Okay. So I know where the handprint is. Recovers fingerprints from handprints for comparison with finger file. Yeah, that's fine. But then how do I use it? Evidence locker. Is it a bit of evidence in here already? No. Oh god. Okay. I feel like I'm so close, but I'm so far away. I'm spraying it. God damn it. Maybe I have to examine. This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Okay, fine. We sussed it out. As painful as it was. Right. There was a handprint here. Okay. Want to try using this? Oh, do I ever, Emma? Do I ever? There go our eyes sparkling again. Check for prints. Why would we leave it be? Okay, let's check for prints. That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area would have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Okay. I mean, there's... Here? Can I dust this part? Wait, I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. Why wasn't I was just reading, I wasn't really listening. Crap. There's nothing here. Help me. I can't even dust. So if this is all wiped away, this is why I can't do it? Is that what you're telling me? Clicking like a madman, but not getting much joy. There must be something around here, surely. If I go really close to everything. Oh, okay, cool, we got it. God, I must have been really unlucky to not get that sooner. Anyway, we found it. If we dust everywhere. This is really fun. I feel like I'm in charge of the props for that Johnny Depp film, Blow. There we go. There's our blow. And if we do it again. One more time. No, it needs a little bit more. Maybe down here. Come on, finger. We see you there. And it's different than gumshoes, I think. Cool. We got it. So, who's that? It's not Gantz. Is it? No, it's not Gantz. Why won't it let me move along? No, I don't want to compare. What are you doing, game? I didn't click compare there. Are you crazy? Oh, I've probably got to use these arrows to move across. That's fine. I knew that wasn't going to be a match. Right, Meekins. No, not him at all. And yes, it's definitely Jake. It's Jake. Oh God, it's Jake. Mr. Marshall, what are you doing? Could we have hit a turning point here? Is he involved? I hope he is. I don't really like him. So what does that mean then? Hey, these fingerprints, Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall. Found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room, the print had been wiped. Yes, okay, so he covered up his evidence. That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma. This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh, I see. That means the blood was on his hand. Oh! Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white bloodstain. It's too easy though. He probably had nothing to do with this in some convoluted way. But why would Officer Marshall... Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. I don't believe it. Don't cry, Emma. How can you like Jake? Oh, cool. It's done. So does that mean we've got to go back to trial now? Yes, definitely save. I feel like it's been a while. We'll go here. Did I not look at that closely enough? Probably not. Day 3, trial. Okay, here we go. February 24th. Only 20 to 10 in the morning. So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologise for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters though. Really, Lana? We don't want to hear about your personal life, not at court. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But, Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Skye. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belonged to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. And that's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall. We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Skye? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. Whew, get me back in that court. It's been too long. Far too long. Wonder how the judge is doing today. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defence is ready, Your Honour. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. That's supposed to be an admiral trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspects of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? What, Lana Skye? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Oh, him! Sorry, I forgot about Meekins. Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir. I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. Actually, what we'd like to hear from you... Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Oh, this is going to be absolute horror. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto to others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defence may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Bloody hell, we better pick apart all of this then. Hello Meekins, how you doing? Okay, so it's not your normal duty. Why was you put there then? Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. Ah! I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very, important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Okay, good of him to do that, I guess. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Spotted a suspicious man on security screen. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Is that his? Oh god, there it is! I found it! This is the one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. I suppose it wouldn't make sense for him to be the top one because he wasn't in there first, was he? I see, huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. Oh, okay. Mike Meekins. So he went in, killed, and he went back in. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time when... Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. Okay, that's interesting. So he went there, put in the Blue Badger, went off, come back, saw to go retrieve the Blue Badger, but then he saw the person on the security screen. Okay, I think I got it straight in my head. Right, how about this part then? So, you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. Like an octopus. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be... When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. And you fought for your life. And then what, stabbed him? What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look like the type, but I'm really into Kung Fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming manoeuvre. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. See, he must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir. After that, you passed out until another officer smacked you awake. Okay. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offence, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned into the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honour. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The Chief? Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Objection! What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. I was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word, murderer, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder? Just what are we getting ourselves into? But we need to see it, surely. It's playing that creepy music. 5:15. Didn't he say he didn't come around until 5 o'clock? Jesus Christ, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. And the bloody handprint was behind the locker that the Blue Badger's sort of guarding. Oh, what fell out there? There's Meekins. Oh! He slashed him. Oh no! Oh god, I want to see it all. Stupid freaking oscillating camera. He's knocked out, but where is Goodman? Where's that vase that smashed into pieces? That was so cool. I've never seen anything like that in this game yet. God, I don't know how much it helps us though. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, That is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Okay. Yes. Well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity did take place. Your Honour, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Oh. Mystery man. Is this another testimony? Okay, cool. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. That's a good point. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Unless they cut off his thumb. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker, equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. Okay. So there's a contradiction in here somewhere, but where on earth is it? His face can't be clearly seen in the video. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter? The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you're the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Oh shit, okay, I know that move. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it's him. I'd bet my badge on it. There's no question, see that is the contradiction right there. But how can you know it's Goodman? But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins! Ah! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the man was brandished. You claimed the man who brandished the knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you were positive it was him. He opened the locker which required his fingerprints to do. Okay. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. I mean, if you could get their fingerprint somehow, and like, you know, on a bit of sellotape, then you could maybe do it. Is that a thing? I don't know. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's. Ah, this is gonna be hard. How do you know that information? I've heard rumours, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. Okay, so it was definitely Goodman's that opened. I verified this information through a more reliable source. So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir, If I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. Okay, there we go. Do we know it was his hand? And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defence can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? Yes. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Objection! Interesting. Your Honour, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defence point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. You would want me to point it out. Very well. Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. It's got to be the time. I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman? Pause. The time? Take that! The thing that's strange about this video would have to be this. Oh, we don't sound very confident. Hold on a second. I need to use my eye drops. I don't think I've done it. Well, I don't get it. Would you mind if I borrowed your eye medicine? Don't look at me with those bleary eyes. Before your eyes get too teary, perhaps you should think this through again, Now what do I do? Oh, God. I mean, of course we have to play the video again, but I was obviously well wrong about the time. Let's just watch and see what we see. Okay. Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt. Really? So he's the one pointing his finger at us. Okay, I just want to get back involved. Come on, play it, play it. Come on. Right. So it's not the time. It must be... Oh, what about the thing that fell out? The locker. I pause like that. Okay. Where does it fall out the locker now? What do I see? It's not out the locker, is it? But... Hang on, there's a light on here. That stands out from the rest. What does that mean? It's like in use. Wait, it's being used? It's open? It's open already, maybe. Take that! Could that be it? Oh my God! Wait, hang on. Oh no, he sounds a bit more confident there. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Yes, okay, I think we got it. It was open. It was open already. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint, if it's a match. Who's that? The light turns on and the lock is released, yeah. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Quick, hurry up. We get it. Look, it's already lit up. Why is it taking me through the whole video? Am I meant to be doing something here, or we just got to watch? Is he just going to pull it straight open? When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier. I mean, look, I like this mechanic, but this is a bit of a slog, isn't it? Come on. Get over there. It's open. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. precisely my point, Your Honour. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah! Order! Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honour. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know, it must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honour. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouth shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honour? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honour. Maybe because that thing was in there. The thing that fell out. It was keeping it open. It was like wedged. Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensors. Something... jam the sensor? Say... There's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, here we go. The thing that fell out was jamming it. Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Very well. Let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this. No problem. Let's fast forward. There we go. Okay, now where do we see it? It's the glove! Of course, it's the glove. Take that! Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Oh, we gotta do the whole thing. We know what happens. Oh, well, at least he didn't do the first pan. Go back over. Come on. Quicker. Can't you fast forward it for the sake of the court? There it is. Oh. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car door, sir. We can't be sure. That item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Oh, God damn it. Please. Please, if I have to keep staring at that blue badger. This isn't needed. Hello, blue badger, how are you? With your smug smile and your stupid flag. There's the glove. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents, but it's a rubber glove. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I've finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defence please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? Of course, my dude, it was this sweet glove. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir. Order! 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 So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honour. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defence has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What? Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir, me, sir. I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Very well, begin your testimony. Oh god, here we go again. Mystery Man 2. And before we go anywhere, we are gonna call it a day. We'll start off the next episode with a hot new testimony and see if we can tear it apart as usual. But cool, that really does change things. I'm glad that we figured out the locker and how it's able to be opened. As the videotape was a really nice welcomed addition, but man, I wish it wouldn't take so long to view it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode of Phoenix Wright, please go ahead and leave a like. It always helps out, so thank you. If you want to see more, we're going to keep going in this court case. I wonder if it's going to be finished in today's trial. Who knows? Please go ahead and subscribe. I'll bring it to you. Got any questions you want to raise? Who do you think that mystery man was then? So it could have been anyone apart from Goodman. It could have been Jake Marshall. Please let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure I get back to you. Alright? See you.